Welcome, everybody, to Crowdsurfing. I'm Tom Bassel.
I'm Joy Evans.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Z. That's me.
You sound like you're about to do some Samuel Jackson stuff there.
I was going to say Gar. I got stuck between Spanish and English. Garcia. Let's go with English. Garcia.
Hey, you know what? This would be a good time for us, since we're talking about Kickstarter project, to thank some of our own Kickstarter backers, which happens every January, which is like a month and 2 days away, FYI. But we want to say thank you to John Kotalski, to Nathan Fillion, who wanted to say he's not the actor, but second best.
Oh, hey, you scared me. I was like, no. The detachable kid? I love TDK.
We almost got him as a promo on a Kickstarter one time.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, the Ayers family, Sean, Tanya, and Ethan, Jeffrey Guroff. Why did I need to know how to pronounce that?
Did you do it right?
It says the Gur sounding off. Groff. Okay.
Like a Spider-Man
Joel
name.
Aaronsyke, Claudum, Grizzly Bean, Coraloo,
Coraloo, I know.
Right.
Hi, Coraloo.
and Valentin Milenkoff.
That sounds like a villain for a 007 movie.
I invented to
You
be
just look like
Valentin
007.
It does, yes.
That'd be good.
You will not make it, Mr. Bond. You have never faced an evil such as mine.
All right, well, with that being said, let's get started. We're going to start with a quick look at a project that's on our sponsor, Backerkit. Here we go.
Hey everybody, today we're taking a look at a new expansion for a very popular game from Leader Games called Ahoy. The expansion is New Horizons. So you can get the base game in this thing here, but this is an expansion. There's more stuff, new factions, more treasure, and creatures. So this shows you some of the stuff here. There's 4 new factions, 35 wood figures, 18 dice, and the upgrade pack, which we all know is essential to change those cardboard coins to metal coins. And then a small little expansion that you can add to any game. Doesn't need to include the new stuff. There is one pledge here where you can back everything together. So it shows you if you're playing a 2-player game, pick one of these military factions. I'll pick the Bluefin Squadron against the Mollusk Union. I like those helmets. But you can add other factions in, so it talks a little bit about it. The Shellfire Rebellion here with these, look at those turtles. Look at that cute hat. The Leviathan. So this is a new kind of thing. It replaces the Smuggler that came in the original 3 to 4 player games, and you're moving that around. And then the Coral Cap Pirates, who apparently like to throw big parties and parades. So if you're new to Ahoy, you can jump in here and get the base game. There's even some print and play kits that you can do to try out the new factions and help them play test them. So this is a way for you to, on Backerkit right now, if you've never played Ahoy, to jump in, and if you have, to get this new expansion on Backerkit right now.
What? That's a...
All righty. Let's get started here, folks. We take a look at projects that are ending in the next week or so. So if you're wondering why we didn't look at it, it's because of one of 2 reasons. 1, it's not ending in the next week or so. 2, don't care.
Or we did it last week.
Well, there's that too, I suppose.
Or you didn't find it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're just doing projects that we find interesting, so
Or
not
it's a
everything
print and play
gets
rolling
covered.
right.
So let's get started here.
Yeah.
Please don't yank the
Kick
cord
the
again.
cord. I'm moving off
What
the
are you
cord.
doing?
Yeah, pick your foot up.
Joey.
It's not on it.
Okay.
No, pick your foot up. I'm going to slide on there.
There we go. There we
Come
go.
on, Joey. For that, you're going to have to back 3 rolling rights.
I will do so.
That is your
late.
Turn
penance.
kids into magic cards. Oh, turn kids'
Whoa.
drawings to
Whoa.
magic cards in play. Unfortunately, this is like, it's like, wow, it's a new thing. Well, this has already been done in Core Quest, I think. But this is more of a...
Done by AI. It's like takes it and changes it. Core Quest, they redesign it, right?
Well, Core Quest
Right.
had like an artist.
Yeah, an artist
Right, they
Kids-
redo it.
kids
This does
artwork.
that.
Makes it
Computer
fit,
does
right.
it.
Yeah.
I was a little
This is-
confused because they've done stuff in the past, and this is a game. This one, they're using something they've done in the past, right?
Yes.
To take kids' artwork, funkify it, whatever they do, run it through a program. I don't understand how to program even a VCR, so get all the way off my back about it. And then you print a card
So, but you don't print it, you submit it to them, and then they mail you the card.
through the cloud.
So, right, so you'll submit it through the thing, but you submit it all, and then they'll mail you, like, the custom game or whatever. What was interesting to
And
me
it's a
is
zip drive, so you open it,
So-
the
yep.
zip.
Yep. No, you don't do anything. This is not your
Win
project.
rar.
No, I don't know what that means.
Win rar.
Oh, wow.
What is wrong with you?
I like the Win Raw reference.
Thank you. Hey, I got you. Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay, can we talk about this project?
All right, so this was interesting because I found myself as I'm going through it more interested in the first app that they had where, you take the drawing and it creates it and makes this 3D version of it, right?
Yeah,
this
Does
3D
anyone,
world
does
of
anyone
it.
know the name of the app?
No, I couldn't find it.
No, because it was like, it would
And I was
make
like-
this drawing like a Pixar character. You're like, what?
I know, and I was like, oh, my son would love that. But
That's
like
called Fuzzle.
this one here, it's like all the fuzzles or whatever, and they all kind of look the same. I was like, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to make his own axolotl or whatever,
look up Fuzzle?
and have it look like it.
Risky. Click of the day.
No, I'm on the App Store.
Oh, okay.
What are you typing?
Fuzzle?
No, it's not Fuzzle. Fuzzle's the name of this one. We want the last one.
Pre-fuzzle.
Okay, I found Chuzzle.
Why don't you look at the name?
Fuzzle.
Look at
Puzzle. Fuzzle.
Look at Mini Studio. No, Fuzzle is the current game.
You're
Look at
about to
Mini
become.
Studio.
You're about to go viral if you keep saying this. Get your dance to it. Okay, you've heard that shark song.
Mini Studio. I've looked that up. I found Drum Pad Machine, Rap Chat,
Try that
Pad
one.
Machine,
Let's just try that one.
Vocal Recordings, Mic Swap. You know
Is it
what?
this symbol? Do you see this company logo?
No. Oh, Mini Studio. Yeah, that's why I looked. Also, it's a terribly vague name.
Oh, right,
Fuzzle?
yeah.
no, Mini Studio.
Anyway, so that's where I was. The game seems,
We would love
much
if anyone,
to it,
if
but
anyone
it's a
knows.
gimmick.
yeah.
If anyone
Well,
knows the name of this app, email me
right.
because my
Right.
kid would like it.
I don't
wanna
even
know
get
the
credits
first
for
one.
this. This is like, I would take those microtransactions to do this. Those look good.
You mean you'd
Also, there's a game.
give the
Pay them.
No one cares about the game. Let's move on.
I guess.
Innkeeper. This is a thoughtfully made up name.
much discussion was had.
Okay, maybe I should have
You gonna reload?
There we go.
reload them. There we go. There's the
There it
brand.
is. Look at that. You needed that story.
fun?
Look at that beard.
I do not like this art.
I don't understand the beard. What's happening there?
That beard is not
got-
a beard. That's a growth.
It's got stuff
he looks like
inside
he's
there.
gotta
Yeah.
go see a doctor.
It's a cloud of something.
I watched the
Yeah.
video, which was, people like at a Ren fair having fun or whatever,
Yeah.
playing a game. Very quickly, they're like, "You're trying to run an inn. You are going to hate your friends," kind of stuff. And I got as far as the big guy with the beard, and I'm like, I hate this artwork, and I moved on. I saw the video, and I saw that image. That was enough. I get it. It's a I hate your friends. Ha ha ha!
Right.
Run an inn, steal their customers. Crap, you
Right,
know.
it's a bunch of take that and a bunch of.
I do like the idea of running an inn.
Just
I don't.
nothing about this was appealing to me. I don't like the
Is he about to
look.
punch that kid?
It's so yeah. It just seems really flat. Like such a tired premise, such a tired look.
Yellow face cauliflower. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm not feeling it. You know what? It also looks like a ripoff of Red Dragon Inn.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
it
Red
is.
Dragon Inn budget edition.
It also seemed like
the
for
Wish
its
version.
low of a complexity of game, like there was a lot of steps to it. It's like take that game with like 3 different phases.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and it's like, there's a disconnect there as well.
All right, Holotype, Mesozoic Europe. Holotype is a worker placement dinosaur game. I think I'm the only person here who's played it.
You are.
Yeah, I didn't
Now, this is
know.
not one in which most of these dinosaur games, dinosaurs are back, Jurassic Park style, and all that jazz. This is not that. You're actually studying bones.
Yeah, you are going around collecting bones. So you basically, this adds more stuff. But for example, if you want to discover this card, the Barrow Next card or whatever,
Yeah.
you need to get 4 green resources and 4 white resources.
Sounds like dinosaur. And
No, but I'm saying the four white ones stands for study. So you need to go and study and learn about it, and then you need to find fossils. Like the 4 green ones are fossils, so now you can put together the dinosaur, and you've studied to know that dinosaur. It's a very loose theme, obviously, but then the dinosaurs give you points. They're different types. There's these trace fossils which give you bonus points if you do them. This is a very...
you like it?
I do, but it's a very basic worker placement game.
Okay.
Good.
Like, I like it, but the fact that they're adding new mechanisms, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with them adding more to this game because as it was like there's like 6 places to go to. You go here to get research. You go here to get bones. You go here to get dinosaurs. You go here to put it all together.
Okay.
You know, it's fine. It works, but I would prefer more. I don't love the graphic design. I think the art's fine, but like you can see here, that graphic design, it's okay. Even like the fact that they're using squares for resources, that looks very prototypey.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that game has that look, but I think it was sort of a minor hit. I remember word of mouth was good on this one. I had some event. I
Dice
forget.
Tower West, and it was kind of the game
were,
everyone was talking
Yeah.
about at Dice Tower West. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it has that displacing workers thing, which I like. Which is
Okay.
if I go somewhere,
yeah.
you can pull your workers back, but if you go to the spot, you kick someone out. We just saw that in Apiary last night. But
I really like games like this that give you, or expansions like this that give you a focus in the beginning. It seems like that's what this expansion was about, is giving you some starting point instead of like,
Yes.
okay, here's all the ways you can win, go find one. You know, kind of giving you a little edge or a little focus. I liked that.
Yeah, they added a few things, that bone bed or whatever, a couple of little mechanisms, but yeah, starting with something to do, I agree that always to me that's always a good idea.
Yeah.
This one, the box cover always, it's like, man, it just looks so plain. Then you see the artwork on the inside, you're like, wow, this looks really good.
I'm opposite.
I don't know if it looks really good.
I like the box cover more than I
Compared to the
like
box
the
cover, really?
Yeah, I look at the
Box cover just dinosaur text. There you go.
I think it's fine. I think it's striking in that way, as opposed to like Tom said, you get inside it, it's like, ooh, prototype.
this is a great. I didn't see this. This is a great name for a game.
That's not on our
Eight-legged
list, is
peacock.
it?
Well, it's talking about spiders. The colorful spiders. We're calling them an eight-legged
Oh,
peacock.
I like that.
That's just a good name for a game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's any good or not. It's like a drafting game.
know
It
about
looks
that.
almost like a kid's game. That's cool. All
Very
right.
bright.
Misty Waters at the World's Edge.
Har. This looks like a big game, and the time I guess reflects that.
2 to 4 hours.
2 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. This
I'm
is one of those
hopeful.
games that I'm like, if somebody comes up to me, I'm like, I'll tell you what, you teach, you drive, and I'll jump in
Yeah.
the passenger
That's
seat.
where I
but,
am with this.
But oof.
And you know it's real when it got to weather. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to play the weather too. We're like, all right,
Right.
it's that
Yeah.
kind of game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I do like this idea of an open world sandbox
Right,
kind of
pirate
game.
style?
Pirate style, but yeah, definitely I agree. It seems like a lot going on, that this is a show me and please teach me. You know,
Yes.
kind of
My
game for
other
me.
concern here is there's something old-timey about this game, and by that I mean I worry that this is a 4-hour pretty lucky game.
and not streamlined at all and good. Yeah.
Like old school.
I'm with
like,
you.
You know, one of them big old good games from the 80s
Right.
where you roll and check charts and all that jazz.
Yep.
And they don't care about the time. What else are you doing? 4 hours is fine. Don't worry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gave me a little bit of that feeling.
I agree.
I just don't understand why so many of these pirate games feel the need to.
For speed.
No, they need to look like they were printed in that time.
I agree.
No,
you know,
yeah.
just because it doesn't make me think, ooh, 18th century, 17th century, or whatever, because the map and the pieces are all dull, gray.
agree.
You can still make it colorful and bright. I'm not saying it has to be silly pirate, but it
Silly pirate.
this is very gray.
It's not much of a looker.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, and it seemed...
But
There
it
was a
is
lot of
doing pretty well
plastic.
here,
There was a
right?
lot of like chunky plastic stuff, which also made me think old school game.
Yeah, and that's what
Who are these guys?
I looked. I didn't see anything else they've done.
So why did, I mean, it's doing really well,
doing
250,000.
really well.
The
Yeah,
idea of
that
an
did.
open world pirate game.
Glenn?
I love that.
Well, there's Age of Sid Meier's.
Yeah, I know, but like, I'm sorry, I like this style though. I mean, I like Dead Reckoning,
You
but
like
again,
open world, period.
I do.
I do as well. Yeah. I was.
In a board game, you guys like that?
I do.
I love it.
Western
Yeah.
Legend style. and-
Not a big fan of that, I
Really?
guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it in like a video game, that's cool, but in a board game, I'm trying to think of which
like
ones.
Zaya, Western Legends, and this.
No, I don't particularly like either one of those.
Really?
I like that new sci-fi one coming out. That was fun.
Which one?
Oh,
I
that's
don't know
true.
what
The
it's
one from
called, but-
Travis.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's not, I don't know what it is. I just don't find that as appealing in a board game.
I do, because I'm like, what can I do? Anything you want. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
Right.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Meeple Peak. This is a small one, but I usually like to point out different conventions. I will say, I read this whole project. I'm like, when is it? I didn't realize it's listed right there in my logo. But once you go past, it doesn't mention it anywhere when it is. I thought that was odd.
I agree. Yeah, you got to make sure you put that in various places. Just like a good rule book that will mention the same rule a few times.
Yeah.
If it's an important rule, you got to mention your dates a few times. Yeah.
So this is in Nevada, Carson City, Nevada. And it doesn't look like a lot, but I don't really care what the outside of the building looks like. But that library looks okay.
Those look nice.
Yeah.
Lots of games. I like those shelves they're using.
I think that's
Crokinole.
really cool.
Anyway.
Yeah, the event looks interesting. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a fan of these little cons like this. I like
Yeah.
them.
I do too. Yeah.
I am wondering though, where was I reading the pricing for this was really low, and I hope that they can. I think it's like $10 a day.
Just admission.
That's fine. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's laudable. People are like, yeah, every con should do that. It's a lot of money to rent these buildings and to bring all this stuff. I hope they don't go broke doing this con.
Yeah, that's
Right.
Yeah,
Well, it's
that
probably like
seems-
their own personal collection, not use it. It's
Like they're
kind of a
letting
break
kids in for free.
kind of thing.
Yeah, that seems like they are maybe losing money to get it going. I don't really know.
You can get burnt out pretty quick doing that.
Yeah.
Unless, again, like this is his personal collection. He's like, well, I would have bought it anyway. You know what I mean? Is it
Yeah, but
just for
Maybe
the
we still
rental
have to rent
space?
the
That's what I'm saying.
space,
And
yeah.
that, depending on the number of people, is it just the space rental is kind of what they're going for.
Yeah.
Which, is a lot of work.
All right, DCeased, the Zombicide game. So we played this one live here. It's doing well from Simon here. Almost, well, it's at 2 million. Not as well as the Marvel one did, which is odd. I feel weird because I like Marvel way more than DC, and yet I was more interested in this one, and I think it's because with board games, I've had such a Marvel overload.
I think it's what it is.
But I also wonder, is it because Marvel came first? Like people are now like, oh, I have Marvel. Do I really need to get into DC? Get the DC also.
Oh, why it's not doing as well?
Right.
I know one
that-
thing that this one is not doing, it's a big difference, is you only play as heroes fighting against anti-life, i.e. zombies in
Right.
the setting. Whereas the Marvel zombies did 2 core boxes. In one, you were good guys like this fighting zombies, and then the other one, they kind of turned the game on its head. And it was a novel approach.
Right.
It was
I
a
agree.
nice twist to Zombicide. They'd never done that before. In no other Zombicide game ever have they gone, in this one, you're the zombies, and we're going to come up with rules to simulate you needing to eat and going hungry and losing your mind and all this other stuff, So that's pretty interesting. In this one, they did not do that at all. Now, for one thing, I think it adds clarity to the project,
Yeah.
and I think it's...
I was confused by the last one.
It was like everything can work in 2 different packages, and when you open up a
Right.
box, you're like, wait, okay, so if I put Thor in that one, this hero Thor card won't work. So I need to put that out of sight. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I like that. I like the clarity. But yeah, I don't know. It's very much, kind of the same game with a couple of tweaks. I enjoyed it. I really like it, And some of these boxes they've added are really cool.
This is the expansion I would get the Arkham
Gotham?
Asylum.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
No, not Gotham maybe, but I would want to fight against. I think Batman has the best slate of villains of anywhere.
Ooh, someone mentioned Green
Better
Lantern.
than John Wick?
Everyone is his adversary.
Yeah, he fights the world, but you're right. John Wick does have really good villains.
He does.
Gotham Knights, and what's this one? This one's Undead Gods. I'm not as interested in that.
That one's a weird one.
Shadow Pact, that's the one I'm least interested in.
Shadow Pact is cool, man. It has John Constantine.
Yeah, I just don't like Constantine. You like him more than I do. And then this one is, what, Unkillables? I don't know who's supposed to
That
be
would
in
be
one.
some villains from the world, some basically contract killers from this world get together when the anti-life thing hits,
John Wick.
and they get together to survive it. So it's like Deathstroke, is that right, or whatever his name is?
Yeah, he's the...
And basically other killers from the world. I don't know who they all are.
Have you read that comic?
No, I picked it up from this. I've been
Then
following
Green
this one,
Lantern Corpse, I do like that a lot.
Yeah, I like that.
Name. Like
They
a way
killed-
that was
hey,
well
no,
played.
Somebody,
Yeah.
pulled off a nice one there.
Hope it's that Blackest Night.
A lot of fun painting that with all that translucent green on those.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do there, Camille? You break it off and paint it?
You cover it, don't you?
I would either cover it with tape or I would do a brush-on primer, one of the two,
But you
rather than a spray primer. I'd leave the green plastic alone. Is what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
you
Then
would, yeah.
Just do the gray parts, yeah.
Because it's interesting. Whenever they show a painted one that has a translucent part, they paint right over it.
They're also better painters than me.
Oh, I get that. They're better painters
yeah.
than like everybody I've ever seen. These guys
Right.
are insane. But
I mean, you can't just prime over it just like everything else.
I know, but I'm saying you lose the fact that it was translucent.
Yeah.
Just seems weird to me.
Yeah, it seems like a selling point for non-painters is what they're going for is the translucent plastic.
Sure,
You know.
right.
This
Or
is giving me
not
a
good painters
The
like
flashback.
me.
to
best
when
one I've
we
ever
got
painted
murdered.
was Iceman for Marvel Zombies.
Oh, that one's just full clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
You look good at that.
You're not
you did
kidding
a good
about
job.
these painters, though. I look at
It's
these pictures here and I'm like,
insane, yeah.
oh, those are photos. I mean,
Right.
those are like drawn. No, those are painted
they're
stuff.
actually
Yeah, it's
painted,
insane.
yeah.
They're insane. I don't know how they do it. Anyway, this looks really good.
I think so too. I wish it would. Like to see more Green Lantern stuff in there. I like his Blackest Night.
Really?
stuff
Like Green
that.
Lantern? There's a lot of Green Lantern stuff.
There is the corpse. Yeah, I mean, it's,
Yeah, Blackest Night, from what I understand, Joey, DC wants to keep DCeased and Blackest Night as separate ideas
Really?
and entities. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're like, no
That makes
Blackest
sense.
Night stuff in this.
that makes sense because
Because
that
it's been
would
like
be,
the big thing. People are like, ooh, more Green Lanterns. Ooh, Blackest Night. And it's like, we don't get to touch that.
That's who I want to play.
so they can bring it
Guy
out later,
Gardner.
probably. Okay.
I don't know. No, I think they don't want it associated with DCeased.
Really? Okay.
You know, because there's only one game, they only have one of each character, don't they?
No, you can still do what? No, Superman is a zombie, and you can play him as a hero.
Oh, okay, okay. But not, is every character that way? I don't think so.
No, not necessarily.
think
Not
it's
if it
just-
didn't get unlocked.
Yeah, it's based on the unlocks.
Ooh, Lobo. So right now, Darkseid, I wouldn't want, you can play Darkseid as a good guy? That's weird. All right.
He switches at the end, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Okay.
He just like Vader.
He's misunderstood.
Anakin. Have you seen his prequel?
Jeez,
All right,
man.
Ring of Chaos. So this is doing incredibly well for a new
Yeah.
company, and part of this is because they've done a massive Facebook ad. This has been popping up everywhere, and also Matthew Lillard is spearheading this. He's,
Yeah, it's not really. And again, it's a new company to making board
To
games.
board games,
But
yes.
you know, Beetle and Grimm's has been doing stuff for a while now. They do RPG stuff, right? It's like he co-owns the company, Matthew Lillard.
He was
so-
at Gen Con. I didn't see him. I know he was there, though, showing off his RPG stuff. He recently did the Wizard
The whiskey?
Whiskey or whatever it was.
Yeah, he started
like
a line
potion.
of spirits, yes, which are themed on, I guess, characters from RPGs.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
hadn't
he's
heard
got
about
like
that,
I don't know what it is, Paladin whiskey or something.
Yeah, he's got every.
He does a lot. Like they are very much ingrained in the RPG, especially hobby.
Yeah.
And so this board game is kind of a halfway point between, an RPG, an actual board game. It kind of reminds me of that one we saw earlier, the Innkeeper. It's kind of in
Yeah.
that world.
Yep.
But in this one, it's a bunch of people going after this ring of power. Seems interesting. Again, it's probably more, not tongue-in-cheek, but I think it's meant to be very lighthearted.
I will tell you, I like the two different versions with the acrylic standees and the actual
Yeah.
physical ones.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right.
I mean, I would probably lean a lot of games now to the acrylic standees if you can, because
Yeah.
it's so much smaller box, better
I
price.
agree.
It's a
We
space
just
saver
played that
for sure.
Kinfire, and that was the Krug Standees.
I
And
did
you
miss,
miss the
I didn't miss the
miniatures?
minis at all.
No.
That's the thing. I'm like, I like that.
Or they mix, like if the heroes can be the miniatures, because I
Right.
can paint 5 or 6 miniatures.
Yeah.
But to paint 400 with all the baddies and all the hordes or whatever it is.
You're gonna have to
in the
autograph
game.
it for $100.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Oh, all the designers. You get a designer autographed one, yeah.
Shaggy.
I do love how they're like,
Including
He
him.
is Shaggy to me.
He is
forever.
Shaggy. He will always be Shaggy.
I do think it's funny that the other designers, I have no idea who they are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I know it's the entirety. I guess it's these guys, but they sure do put him front and
They're
center. And I guess why
pushing
wouldn't
that,
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know them at all. And so we often talk about, I talk about how board gaming has different circles and stuff.
Yeah.
And this circle, this is almost like a California circle. Like he said, we picked all our favorite reviewers. Well, they're all the ones based over there. Like
Oh,
Rebecca
yeah.
Scott and all that stuff. And it's almost like it's like a very close. This
It's some community.
cadre is in RPGing.
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
not a lot of crossover with, say, people who play anything from Feld or whatever.
Sure.
You know what I
Oh,
mean? It's
for
just a
sure,
very
yeah.
different hobby.
Yeah.
It is very RPG centric, yes.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like a neat idea. The game looks interesting. I'd be happy to try it. It
Same here.
looks well done. You
Did
know
it
what
say
I
how
mean?
long it
Artwork looks
was?
nice.
I do not remember seeing that.
Yeah, I'm wondering about the time length of it. I'm interested in it, but I
Yeah.
hope it's not too long.
Yeah, I'm interested too. This seems it seems handled with care.
It does.
As opposed to this could have easily been like, hey, we made a what's that cat one? The
Cat Horror Festival?
no,
geez.
the cat
Exploding Kittens?
kid. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
This could have been
yeah.
an exploding kittens, but with more
Right.
magic-y stuff.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And they would have made a bunch of money no matter what. This seems more careful than that,
It
and
does.
I appreciate that.
It seems
does
more
seem like
passion than money grab.
The Gates of Niflheim. Niflheim.
I think they just say Nil. No, he was sitting back. It was a letter they weren't pronouncing. I heard it. Nilheim. I don't know why that F was
okay.
there.
Her outfit with
They
the
just said
bear thing there.
Nilheim.
If I saw that, I'd be like, there's a bear eating you. Oh,
Her
wait.
lack of outfit?
Her what?
Her lack of outfit, you mean?
Well, no, I'm
Is that
talking
what you
about the bear cloth.
Yeah, she's wearing a bear, I guess.
said? Yeah, I didn't realize
I didn't realize that either. I thought,
I thought that bear was
was
attacking her
I
at
thought so,
first.
too.
She's bear.
Yeah, okay.
Now, we had this discussion before. I'm loving the spiral bound boards from Divinity the other day. It just made me.
Absolutely.
It solidified the fact that that's the way to go for here forward.
If you're doing one of these big games like this,
Yeah.
where there's campaign, multiple scenarios, that kind of stuff, this is
you like the
absolutely
pegs?
the way. I don't know. I don't think
I
I'm
don't know
trying
how
to
I
think
feel
if I've
about those
done.
pegs.
I think I really like the idea. I'm trying to think if I played anything with pegs to know if I like it.
Sometimes pulling a peg out is a pain, though.
Yeah, but sometimes
peg is
putting
fair.
a token on a board and then
No, that
tapping
I
the
agree
table,
on.
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
I'm a
over
big fan
that,
of cubes. to
You
move
are or
along and
not?
stuff. I am.
Uh-huh.
If it's a recess board.
right.
Because you can
Yes.
just roll over the
But
next
I wonder if
spot.
this
Yeah.
is the same. I mean, because, okay, you know what? Burn Cycle used pegs, but it's on a neoprene map. And I did like that. I thought it worked really
yeah.
well. But peg and wood, I don't know. Yeah, I think it would depend on the production.
Yeah, I don't know.
This one was not talking to me. That was
maybe you
something
guys should
about.
make up.
That's
Can't we all just get along?
There was something about those pages. It feels very modern. The idea of flipping a page, there's a new scenario. They seemed bare. They seemed
Yeah.
like,
Generic?
yeah, I don't know, a little bit. Like all this imagery looks cool, but then looking at the book itself, I thought, and you're putting your best foot forward here. You know what I mean? You're showing me some interesting parts of your game. I have to
Right.
assume. That's what it's gonna look like.
Okay, these
That
guys,
seems boring.
these guys did the Escape from Stalingrad Z, which we still have not played.
Yeah, okay.
I'm out. Because I will not be able to understand this game.
They do the standee version and
That game
mini
is
version.
dense.
Z?
It is.
That Stalingrad game,
yeah.
good luck wrapping your head
Really?
around that one.
By the way, I need you to play a game next week. I'll tell you what it is.
I took
man.
it home and was like reading through the rule book, and about 2 pages later, after 2 pages of movement rules later, I was like, I was
Really?
going back. I'll wait till Chris will teach me.
I've tried also, and I got farther than that, but
I had to move. And
Someone
I was like,
said
"Ooh."
no.
in the chat, spiral-bound books degrade over time, and their Cantaloupe books are a mess now. I agree on that, with the difference of, in Cantaloupe, you are going flip, 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 flip. While in this game, I'm assuming you flip the page and keep going. You don't keep
Right.
Yeah.
going back and forth and back and forth. It's not like
Right.
a song book where you keep going back and
Yeah.
forth and eventually it comes out.
You open up and do that page, and then you progress to the next one
Yeah.
or to wherever it tells you to. Yeah.
Also everything
will-
decays over time, okay?
But there's
Yeah.
good spiral-bound and bad spiral-bound
Then
for sure.
that's true, too.
If there's one of the things I hate is when you have a book and its spiral-bound comes out at the top, it's out like an inch, and you're like, oh,
Re-go through? Oh, I hate
Put it
that.
back through.
Yeah.
And then using the pliers
Pliers
at the
to-
top
to
make sure
lock it?
that will never happen
Oh,
again.
I know.
Yeah.
So this,
All right.
yeah. Initially, I didn't like Spiral, but now I'm coming around.
I like it a lot.
I'm with it as long as it works. Return of the Tripods. All Quiet on the Martian Front, 2nd edition. A lot of words here, and I'm like, what is this?
Great.
Especially since this is your first created. But this is a miniature game, and I think it's based on, I mean, it says it's based on War of the Worlds, but I think it's based on All Quiet on the Western Front, because they put All Quiet on the Martian Front.
It's both, I suppose. It's definitely based on War of the Worlds.
Those are
Yeah.
cool looking miniatures.
They really are.
It's supposed to be, I guess,
And
a
they're free.
follow-up. It's like the humans. Yeah, the idea, it's all free. The idea is the War of the Worlds happened. We won that. The humans have advanced in technology a little bit. We are now at World War One, two, I don't know. And then the Martians come back. So it's humans with better tech than we had in that time period, plus the return of the Martians with bigger and badder things, not just the tripods.
I really, really like the setting. I don't know. I mean, again, being this war game and things like that, I'm like, oh, it's not for me. But that's what I'm finding about a lot of these like RPGs and war games, like the theme. I'm so there for them.
I know, right?
But I just don't know.
I would definitely take
The actual
pictures of it if I
style.
saw it
I
at a
would
con.
too. Every time at Gen Con I
absolutely.
walk through with war gamers and like snap pictures.
I'd
Like,
probably
it
sit
looks
there and
so
like,
good.
yeah, watch them play and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not
But
me.
yeah, it's a little too finicky for me.
Good.
But I think it looks really cool.
It looks really good.
Forbidden Psalm, End Times Edition, another miniature game.
Again, yeah, another miniatures game.
Inspired by and compatible with Morkborg.
I felt very out of my element looking at a lot of these projects today. I was
Yes.
like the last one, I'm like, okay, War of the World. Love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. I don't know what's going on. Then this one, I'm like, Morkborg? What?
That's
What
a
is
fun
this?
word,
Like,
though.
Yeah.
I was so lost looking at some of these. And they're doing well, right? So
And you
there are
didn't-
people who know what this stuff is. They're excited about it. I was just very out of my element. With
But
some of
again,
these.
most-
kind of what Tom was talking about, that kind of just out of our circle. You know, the
Yeah.
RPG, the war game, the miniature games, they're just a little bit out of our circle. And
But-
But
I
these
do
guys are in a different
recognize,
room.
yeah, I do recognize like some of the reviewers that they have. Like they have Uncle Adam on there, and it's ones that I follow for their painting. You know, and that's about the only way I cross over in their game
Got
taste.
it.
But most of the
Yeah.
games, when I feel out of my element, I'm like, I can come back around, keeping going through there. This one, the further I got, I feel like I was further out there. I was like, Collection of Death. I'm like, where am I? It's like you're so far into it. Like, whew. Yeah.
It's got a cool look. I'll give
It
it
really
that, yeah.
does.
House of Poison, deduce, deceive, and destroy your foes. This is a smaller project here with some, I think, pretty nice artwork, actually. I think that artwork,
Yeah.
it looks very familiar, like I've seen that artist before.
They kept going on about how they're like this studio, they're a storytelling studio that creates experiences, and I'm like, this is a social deduction card game, right? I mean, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. What is this game exactly? I thought this was
It's definitely a social deduction
Yeah,
game.
it's like a 3 to 8 players who done it social deduction kind of thing. But they wrapped it up in this sort of incomprehensible, what we produce is experiences. This is based on a real story from Roman history. And I'm like, this advanced werewolf, right, is what we're talking about here, yeah? I think that's what it is, but I might have been missing something.
So why is this not doing better then? I mean, I think the art looks good. I don't think the art's a problem.
Confusing. I think it was a confusing delivery system.
Wow.
Ooh, I
look
want
at that.
Zombie Emperor Claudius.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
he's
throw
locked.
him in DCeased.
That is a zombie guy, right? I can't tell.
I think he just got beat up by the Senate.
Well, I'm reading Dawn and
It
Dusk,
happens.
so I don't know. Anytime
Yeah.
there's a movie called From Dusk to Dawn, there's zombies, right? No,
Yeah.
vampires.
Depends.
Vampires.
Zombies come out during the day and protect the vampires.
Oh, okay, that makes the movie make more sense now.
Wait, really? That's the premise?
No, it's not.
Because I would watch that.
Yeah, it's vampires at night, zombies during the day. Okay?
Collab.
They have a symbiotic relationship.
So it's like Underworld 2.
Anyway, I think,
Electric Boogaloo.
I think the name of the game is good too. House of Poison. It's, I don't know. I hope it does well. We'll see. It's funded, so.
Yeah?
Wild Duo. 5 smart board games for 2 players in 1
5.
box. This is where I pass on that note right there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Pass on that note.
Whenever there's 5 games in 1 box, I'm like, now.
It's a multiple, yeah. And
I agree. I
they
agree.
say what ties them together is they're creative and unique. I was like, wait, what ties them together is they're different. Okay. It was like a weird way to put it. I was like, what?
Good art. I mean, it looked.
Good components.
Well, I think the components look fine. They're a bunch of abstract games.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where it
It's
lost
5 abstract games with animal themes.
me. Right. Settings.
Settings, sure. I think this is a lovely looking project. I want to try these. I'm not quite at the, ooh, I'm in. But this is one I would want to try.
What else has he
What did
done?
they? Yeah, they did something that surprised me. I can't think of it off the top of my
Mark
head.
Dewar. I know that name.
What was it? No, the
Oh, Zoo Tycoon.
Oh,
That's
wow.
What it was. Yeah, so it surprised me. I was like, oh, interesting.
Really?
Because that seemed like the opposite end of the spectrum of what I expected.
Yeah.
You know, from this.
Yeah, see, this is a problem because I played Darwin's Choice, which I thought had some interesting ideas, but was very clunky. Then I played
Punch Your Mama.
Pachacuna.
That's what you call it.
Pikachu.
I played this game and I didn't like it. It was a pickup and delivery 2-player race game, which I thought was not that interesting. And then Zoo Tycoon is the most complicated rule book I've read in a long time. It's badly rule book and a very complicated game, and I just wanted to play a game where I was running a zoo.
Okay.
But these, I'm still going to give the guy a chance, I think, because every time he makes a game, it looks good.
Well, it can't possibly be complicated, right? It looks like
That's
5
what I'm
very
hoping.
simple
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. That's what they talk about, too.
5
is how it is.
simple 2-player games. They're abstract.
says,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Dragon Dice. Dracolem.
So this
Dragon
one's
Dice.
canceled. Are we still doing it?
Oh, that is interesting. Well, because I'm okay that it's canceled because it didn't reach its funding goal, right?
Okay.
85.52. I just want to talk real quick about Dragon Dice because I'm still amazed that this game exists today.
This is old school, man.
Dragon Dice, have you ever heard of it?
No.
So
Like
Dragon Dice
Zombie Dice?
came out back when Magic came out.
Oh.
And it was a collectible dice game, which sounded neat, except when you looked at the dice and you rolled them, they had weird symbols on them, and you had to use like almost an ASL rulebook to understand what was going on. It was very
Yes.
complicated.
Advanced squad leader.
Thank you.
This is what the dice sides look like.
Deja vu. I was like, wait, didn't we?
Yeah. I never played Dragon Dice. I played a spin-off called Demon Dice.
And
Same game.
Really?
Unbelievably dense. And again, sort of just one of those impenetrable rule books with a bunch of symbols. And you're like,
Are you
what?
kidding? It's actually really dense, or
I'm not kidding. And they've been at
really?
they've had like a
For
10 by
dice
10
game.
booth at Gen Con
This is
for like
old
the
school.
last 20 years. They're still there.
Wow.
And every time, like, they're those guys who like, oh, well, this it looks old. They'll be like, you're missing a most amazing experience. And you're like, oh, no, a cult. You know? No, it's not really. And I'm not trying to make fun of it necessarily. I'm just saying that there's a small, dedicated group of people who love this game. So
Interesting.
they moved the game down. It didn't work, but I bet you they'll relaunch it. Calimala.
Sounds delicious.
Have you played the original? This is a reprint.
Did I play the original? I don't think I did. I think I looked it up.
Okay. This is, I don't know. This one looks kind of cool. I think this, who's the designer here?
Fabio Lupiano?
Yeah, this is the guy who did
Autobahn.
Merv, I want to
Ian O'Toole?
say.
Ian O'Toole did the graphic design and the art. I don't know what it is. I do not love Ian O'Toole's covers. I know.
Really?
I know some people go gaga over them.
Yeah,
I look
yeah.
at that and I think it looks like it's for adults, and I know that I'm an adult, but it just looks so boring. It doesn't look interesting to me. It
I
looks
like-
pretentious.
Oh, I like him a
I
lot.
like the vibe. He manages to, for me, he manages to sidestep pretentiousness.
Yes.
I think his boards look great. I like
Yeah.
the way his stuff looks. I just don't like his box covers
his
usually.
colors.
Sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so this one looks interesting. Big, dry kind of Euro game, but I'm interested in it because of the designer's other games. And again, I think this is the same guy who did Merv, if I'm not mistaken. I know I just featured this
I say this was your
person
up-and-coming ones,
in the
wasn't it?
up-and-coming list, yeah.
This is he did
Uh,
Ragusa, Merv, Zapotec, Autobahn, Three Ring
Three-Ring
Circus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like all of his games, and I've never played the original one here from 2017. So
Right. Yeah, I think it looks cool. I would try this one. Again, this is weird because it's one of those, doesn't scream Kickstarter to me. It's just going to
Yeah.
just
And
have
that's
come out.
it. Yes.
that's why I didn't play
That's
the original
it.
one.
Because it looked like that?
Because it looks like that.
Wow.
I apologize, until your cover looks way better than the original cover. Although it still has that same kind of look to it. Oh well, they needed to tone things down after the Arborea Alley Cat games. They're we used all the colors in our last game. There's none left
They
for
went
this
the
game.
other way. Yeah, for sure they did.
All right. Ahoy! I talked about this earlier in the episode as a Backerkit thing. I think this is a weird one here. Several people at Dice Tower played Ahoy. No one sitting here, right?
Mike and Chris are the only ones I know of.
Yeah,
that
I
played
think
it.
Wendy's played it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, they were saying some people play pirates, other people play like merchants back and forth, and and it's like two different kinds of games, and it works really well at 4. I feel like that's what they were telling me. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Mike really liked it, right?
Mike is in the chat, so he'll let us know. But this is one of those that I thought, like I've heard, it's kind of like Root, but simpler. I've also heard, they kind of missed the mark. So it's one I kind of wrote off.
Yeah.
I've seen it on sale a few times. I figured it wasn't doing well. But here comes an expansion that's doing pretty well.
Is it this year, Ahoy?
Oh,
no, it's
interesting.
last year.
Mike says it's grown on him the more he's played it.
I liked it a lot. It's
So does
actually grown
Fungus.
on me the more I've played it. Okay. Yeah, so this one, again, if it's basically like Root but a little lighter, this might be my Root.
That's what he says.
Because I like the theme, much simpler than Root. I like the theme more than I like Root's theme. I like the vibe. I'm getting the same artwork, basically, right?
Yeah.
But I like the piratey stuff. The factions here are really cute, asymmetric, whole shebang. And then this expansion seems to be doing a neat thing where they have some factions that are better for 2 players. It's part of what I'm seeing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, these
interesting.
animations are fire.
They really are. I wish they would do an app for this one because they have the Root app. The Root app is known to be really good at teaching you the game, right? I wish they'd do an app for Ahoy.
Maybe they will.
Yeah, that's a good call. That
I
would
want
be
to shoot
neat.
cannonballs like this, though.
Right.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Yeah, the animations almost
If
ruin
it
the game for
doesn't
me.
do this,
I'm like, it's trash.
I'm out.
Straight trash.
All right. Horizon Forbidden West Seeds of Rebellion.
You've played this video game, Tom, yes?
I haven't finished it, actually.
What are you doing?
Well, Zelda came out, and
Which one? Get on Horizon Forbidden West.
I played the first one, Horizon Zero Dawn. I beat that game. Forbidden West, I started playing it, and it was kind of like it's a little bit, I don't know how to explain it. You're like, at the end of Zero Dawn, I'm like, I have all these things I can do. And then Forbidden West are like, you forgot how to do most of them. You gotta start over again.
Start over? Oh.
Not 100%, but it's always like,
Yeah.
It kind of has to go like that. Yeah.
No, you have to. You can't
They
go
have to
into
build
it.
it up.
I love this theme and setting. I think, and these miniatures, I've seen them.
They're
They
really
look
cool.
fantastic.
Yeah, they look nice.
You've seen
And-
them in person? What do you mean you see
From
them?
Well,
the
I've seen them
old-
from the first one.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, this is
got
a
it.
follow-up,
To the-
unrelated, really, from what I can tell. It's very confusing because Steam Forged Games has a Horizon Zero Dawn board game.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
This, which is based on the sequel to that video game, is not compatible, not related, as far as I can tell.
No, it did say that it uses their unique combat system. I remember that. So it does make reference to the first game at some point and talk about how it is standalone, it's separate, but they did take some elements and pull them forward.
Yeah, I still couldn't figure out, if I back the first one or have it, can I mix this stuff?
No, from what I understood in reading that, I don't remember where it was on the page, but it's like they're not. It's like, hey, that was great. Put it aside. Here's this one.
Yeah.
And you like this combat, you're going to find that in here. But from what I understood,
Okay.
and again, I'd have to read it again, but it's not
Okay.
compatible.
Well, from what I understand, the first one was a so-so game.
Yes, I've heard that from many people.
Yeah.
Man, no, they make their stuff look so good. And I'm looking at this. I want to play the video game. Have you ever seen this video game?
No.
It is.
It's set in the future. Earth has been destroyed, and there's robotic dinosaurs basically going around, and you
That's
are
awesome.
taking them down. But you can take them down by many different means. And at the beginning, and for like 80% of the game, you would not just walk up to one and fight it. You set traps that they run through. You sneak around and get them. You can.
That's this one or Zero Dawn?
Both.
They're both. I mean, this is a very.
It's an
direct
open
sequel to
world
it.
video game.
Okay.
Trevor does say here in the chat that there's an upgrade pack for the first game. I wonder, is that rules upgrading? I didn't see that when I looked through.
I'll tell you this. Mike played a new Steamforged game at Essen and said it was pretty good.
Which one?
I forget the name of it.
Mike, what was it?
But I don't know. I love these miniatures. They're fantastic.
And I think the artwork in this does a good job of looking like the video game as well, which is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Demonic is a robotic dinosaur pass? I don't even
What?
understand that. Okay. KELP. Shark versus octopus.
All right, so before anything else, like, this looks really cool. I'm not
Does.
dissing the game at all. But separate, I'm shocked it's over $1 million.
I know.
Like, so I'm not dissing the game at all. Independent of that, $1 million for a 2-player only asymmetric. Is it the art? Is it it's not based on anything? Like, I'm really surprised. I would expect $500,000.
Same
Well,
here.
we're going to find out.
This is
But,
making,
like-
how much is that? What is this up to now? How much is it
One-
making?
1 million.
Like,
I mean, I feel like DCeased was here like 2 days ago. You know what I
that's
mean?
what
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Mind blowing, and they got Aquaman all up in your kelp.
Right.
Oh, you can combine the two, by the way.
No, you can't.
And if you remember at Gen Con, I'm sorry, at Essen,
Yes.
they were there, and it was like, wow, that is gorgeous. I would buy it on spot.
This one?
Yeah, but I would not have thought at that point that's going to be $1 million Kickstarter.
Yeah, I
I mean,
agree.
good for them. And again, this is not a slight on the game. It looks very interesting, very asymmetric, 2-player only.
Very
One
asymmetric.
is just trying to survive and eat. The other is hunting the other one down. Like, I like what it's doing, and I think it's gorgeous. I'm just really shocked by that.
Yeah,
By how well it's doing. Good for them.
It's
Good
mind
for
blowing
them.
stuff. Yeah.
What's the price of it?
Well, it depends. You want the basic garbage one, or you want the
I want the
deluxe?
trash.
45.
Garbage.
Which 2,200 people have backed the deluxe, which only 1,300. Actually, that's unusual.
That is
Wow.
unusual.
Yeah.
People are getting the basic one, huh? Have some
Oh,
self-respect.
I forgot about the deluxe bundle. Never mind.
Oh, there we go.
There's 9,000 backers.
Got
Goodness.
it.
Y'all almost had me Kickstarter.
Wow.
Holy.
Oh, I wonder if they expected to do that well and if that
Wow.
will slow down the production. And they're like, oh, it'll back it up.
A lot of companies, they always tell me, oh, we were surprised. More people wanted the deluxe version. I think that's going away now. And some
Yeah.
companies don't even offer. I'm a big fan of companies not even offering it to.
They're like, here's one pledge.
Well,
Oh,
that's
I
what
love
that's
that.
what Flocked Together did. That Sea Cow games. They
Yeah.
said this is what it is. This is all the stretch goals. It is everything. We are doing wooden
Making
bits.
one.
We're doing this. This is
Well,
the
we'll
pledge.
talk about that next week when we
You
talk
know.
about what's that? The food
Food
Chain
chain
Magnet.
magnet.
J Magnet
Oh,
and
yeah.
one pledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
The game that Mike played from Steamforged was Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves.
Oh,
guys.
he did. He did
Which
like
is
that.
also based
yeah.
on a video game.
He liked that one as well.
Alrighty. Well, before we jump into our nonsense stuff, which we have time to look at this week, let's go to Mark.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Dice Tower pre-recap. I'm Mark, and I'm here with Alita, and we just have 2 games to look at. So let's get to it. And first up, we have Deep Rock Galactic. Now, this is expansions, biomes, and space rig with numerous new ways to play, new missions, new monsters, a huge monster, in fact, and the biomes give you all kinds of new areas to battle in and explore. So again, this is an expansion, one of my favorite games. I love Deep Rock, and you know what? It's already been on Kickstarter, come and gone, but it's in late pledge. And lastly, we have Moon Rollers, set in the Moonrakers universe. Yes, this is a push your luck style game, dice chucker, with crew cards that you try to complete achievements on, or requirements, I should say. And you're trying to get the most prestige in the end by getting the most efficient crew. And all the crew cards have unique special abilities. So that brings me to my pick of the week. Now, normally you would think that I would just jump in right away for Deep Rock Galactic, because it is, again, like I said, one of my favorites, but these are expansions and it does add a ton of gameplay, epic gameplay I should say, but I'm actually going to give it up for Moon Rollers because it incorporates some of the main things I love about board gaming. Dice chucker, push your luck, and actually there's 2 different ways to push your luck, with hazard tokens as well as with the dice, trying to achieve the crew cards and get the most prestige. Alright folks, if any of these games look like they might be of interest to you, please check out our full preview. And if you want your game featured as a Dice Tower preview, please shoot me an email. Alright folks, until next time, we'll see you at the table.
What was that thing?
That was
That's
his
his dog.
You guys are so cute.
right.
I wish one of you would be like, it was Mark.
That's worse. All right, so do you want foldable coat hangers?
I
Yes.
kind of do all of a sudden.
You did for a moment.
How
until
many
you
of
saw
your
the price.
clothes would you have to get rid of to be able to have something like this?
To be fair, a lot, but to be fair, this looks to be for people in fairly small environments. Like if you are, you have a small apartment or you need to conserve that space. You're worried about how much room your clothes are taking, not in width, but in sort of depth. You know, it looked cool. Like it seems like a neat idea.
A couple of things that got me. One, I know friends that would like this because they have small places, and pretty funny that most of them are in LA where she is.
Sure,
so it's
right.
like that's where you really need that. Two, how often those recesses where you actually put the hangers, that would be so nice to not have way too many clothes that you just have to shove them in there and have that perfectly spaced, you know?
Oh, I know. And it'd be like, if you get one more thing, you got to get rid
That's
of one.
it. He's like, I can have
It's
12
like a
shirts.
Calyx
I'm so
shelf.
sorry. I have to remove one.
One game in, one game out.
Now, I will say I'm somewhat interested in these for traveling because I take dress shirts when I travel.
So you
And I
keep
think the folding it would fit in
and
a suitcase better.
Interesting.
You take it with the hanger.
I often do because hotels don't often have enough hangers or I hate them.
Interesting.
My wife uses,
Oh, that's funny. I always use
she uses the
hotel
hangers
ones.
to shut the blinds, so I don't have my hangers.
Oh, got
That's
it.
her life hack to clip the blinds shut so she
With
can
the
sleep late in
hanger.
the mornings.
Yep.
I don't get
Oh, I
it.
didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, the ones that have the clips, people go
I've
and
never
bite
seen that.
the
I always
curtains.
just like rearrange the furniture in front of the windows. So like
Wow.
I pull them and like shove the couch up on the window to keep it closed.
I like light. I don't know what's going on with all
know.
these.
I like to
Dark.
open them up, okay? I don't bring shirts
Pitch
and I
black.
open them up.
No.
All right.
No light.
Do you want to be a jerk to your children?
Oh my goodness.
Also already available on every 3D printing website.
Yes.
You can get it from
I love it. There's a lump of coal.
Yes.
Also, this is what a lot of the projects they printed on the 3D printer look like anyway.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, basically just start any project and wait for it to fail. Lump of coal. Okay?
Or
That'd be
paint
worse.
a rock black
That'd
and
be
put it in
worse
the
than like
stocking.
a lump of coal is like half 3D printed stuff.
Yeah, it's like half a batarang into a lump of coal. Here you go, kid. There's half a batarang.
Is this even a
so
thing anymore?
dumb.
Do kids get threatened with coal anymore?
No, unless they're from the
No,
late
kids are soft.
1800s.
They get everything they
No,
want.
And even then, they would be like, I can warm my house.
I know. This
Because
is
now
so
we
ridiculous.
the kids get threatened with presents or nothing, right?
Yeah,
That's the thing.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was funny.
That is. Ugh.
Okay.
This is
This
fantastic.
is what I'm talking
I'm
about.
so excited about this.
Oh
There's
my
some great
gosh.
stuff at the back end of this week, by the way.
Oh,
This is amazing.
By the way,
the
if you have
last one I
anything
looked at. I
interesting
didn't
or
look
weird
at
or
anything
funny,
past here.
send it to me at
Yeah,
tom@dicetower.com. But if you want to kill your lobster, because you're still going to eat the thing.
No, you
You
have to
got
kill
to-
him.
No, you have
No.
to kill it to eat it. So yes.
Yes.
But instead of boiling it, which is cruel and inhumane,
Which is torture,
Yeah.
yes.
what you do is he'll sell you a 3D printed sort of, I don't know, disc. You fill it with dry ice.
Which I have on hand at all times.
Right, it's easy to get. You stick it in water, and this thing starts to bubble up like crazy. Then you put the lobster above that. This is room temperature water, right? Not boiling water. And you put the lobster above it. The lobster's going to have a very difficult time breathing because these bubbles are freaking it out. There's no water there. Until the lobster passes out from suffocation, and then you can grab this passed out lobster and humanely throw it into boiling water and cook it.
Torturing him by boil, you torture him by suffocation.
What I
And
like
that
to
is more
do,
humane.
see, what I like to do is I put the lobster in there. When it passes out, I bring it out. I give it mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Okay, bring the lobster back. Then a little boiling. Then bring it back. Nurse it.
Wow. Okay, so Steve,
Little CO2.
welcome to Saw Lobster Edition.
I want to play a game.
So
This
weird.
is so bizarre. You can also just do this. You were pointing out. You can just leave the lobster on the counter and achieve this.
Can we also mention chloroform. You
I
can just
did that
chloroform
too.
the lobster over it, and you got the little pictures playing, and the kids are watching. It's like it's almost gone. It's almost done. It's on.
Wasn't supposed to be
It's
put
on.
on camera.
It's
Okay,
gone.
No, I didn't talk about people using chloroform. Okay, fine. I thought that'd be more
my
exciting,
goodness.
quicker than
He's
strangulation
worried
or
that they're
suffocation.
He's worried that he's not allowed to put up lobsters because of they're going to censor it. So he just uses plastic lobsters all the time.
Yeah.
That will prove your point. I want you to show me you really doing this on a lobster. You probably go to jail at that
painkiller.
point. But anyway, all right. Ooh, look at this. A gravity-defying
Yeah.
kinetic desk
Oh,
toy.
yeah, I haven't seen these yet. You'll have to tell me
This is
what these
neat.
are.
This one's just a
Does it show
spinny
it spinning?
thing. You'll see it.
It's floating and
Yeah,
spinning?
it's a floating and with magnets.
With
and that-
magic?
With magnets.
Same difference.
And then that thing spins around it.
I know.
Did you get me one?
They're nice. I
It's
have got.
closed now. I can't, right?
I have got one of these that has a little Yoda floating in his little thing, his electromagnet.
What?
Why?
It's pretty cool. It's bigger, but the problem is when the power goes out, that stops, and you hear this loud whang wherever you are in the house, and it scares you to death.
But how's this one run? It's not.
I don't
electric?
know. This one even looks better. I'm
So
like,
this one's magic.
It's magnets.
it's magic.
Magnets are not magic.
I disagree.
I still feel like they
I
are.
don't get them.
To be
I
fair,
don't
they're
know.
kind of magical.
I
That's
don't
as
know
close
how
as
they
we
work.
get.
It's
I would mess with this all the time. That's pretty
Right?
cool.
This
then
is
the
a-
ball would fall out. You'd spend like 5 minutes
finding it.
repositioning it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, if this was still up, I'd be tempted by
Notice
it.
they showed it next to a dog, not a cat.
The dog's kind of like, what is this?
This is like a fantastic desk little fidget.
All these people in this
really is.
commercial
I love
here
it.
also think magnets are magic looking at their faces.
They really
I
are.
don't get it. How's it work?
That
I
guy's like,
even-
demon.
I want to know,
demon.
like, is it spinning if you can, like, get your finger in there quick enough to knock the
My
ball out,
word,
you know?
what?
I'm gonna give you a
what?
fan.
Knock it out.
Like, yeah, like a fan blade,
We
you
can
know?
play that game if you want.
Just want to know, like, quick
Yeah.
enough.
I get some dry ice and we'll play.
I looked at if they weren't out of early birds, I'd probably get it.
You'll be fine, don't worry.
How much is the regular one since they're at early birds?
Early bird is 48. This is.
Oh, they're so much more expensive.
I know. Early bird is the way to go.
Wait, how many are they? 2 for 88? That's not too bad.
It's early bird.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But also, I want one.
Is it done? Is it over?
It is, yeah. That's why I said I would look at it if it.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm
forget
still
that
waiting for my
then.
marble drawn on the sand thing. I
Here we
backed up the
go.
computer.
Do you want some butter?
What?
I sure do.
This I really.
This
is.
looks good. Tom, show
What?
the video. Show this video.
Is it-
It's really just a very slow-paced, beautiful video. Check this out. Look.
Are there butt jokes?
No, you got to see. No, there's
That's
no
what I
butt
thought, right?
I'm like waiting for the butt turn.
I don't think they mean it like that.
Okay,
no,
that
it's
little
no
top
butt
thing
jokes.
should
Look,
be a little
look.
butt.
God.
I hate
Oh, this butter was a devil's butter.
We've all been there.
Instead, how about you try this? Pour yourself some tea. I think that's what that is.
Slash coffee.
Are you making
put-
fun of this?
No, then you put
Oh,
this
okay.
lid on it, then you put
Yeah.
the butter on it. It has to be exactly that kind of butter or it won't fit. Okay?
You can buy
Then you
bags
flip
butter
it
like
over
I do
halfway
that.
through so you melt both sides evenly. Then, that butter's going to be squishy.
Wait, you're
I'm
actually
watching
like, no,
the
this is
TV
the
right now.
exact same thing that you do on the
That butter
airplanes. This is what you
going
do.
to be-
Back and
true.
forth to Germany.
That's
This is
true,
what you were
that's
doing.
true.
You're like melting your butter on
How
top
much
of your little
butter did you put
airplane.
on
You know
one
how much I
piece of
paid for
bread?
that, though?
Ooh, that
But was
doesn't
it
that look
shaped
good,
like
though?
a butt?
It does
should,
look
what a
really
missed
good.
opportunity. That should be shaped like a little butt.
I will.
I thought the
I
first thing I
would-
thought when I saw it was like, oh, they're trying to make fun of they're having butter come out of butts.
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was.
Well, that,
I will tell
huge
you-
that's why it's only $336 right there.
I was at a friend's house. They had their
Fun.
butter out, and it rubbed on bread so easy. I'm like, that's supposed to be in the refrigerator, and they're like, no, it's not. I'm like,
No.
apparently it's not. I'm like,
No, butter does not need to be refrigerated.
did not know that.
I mean, it does like expire at that point, but there, you know, so you have your little
It's
your
like-
butter. Where do you put your butter tray? What?
in the refrigerator.
What?
It's so hard. It
You're
breaks
a
my bread.
heathen.
I'm the first part of that video. That's what happens in my
Actual footage of
house.
Joey's house.
Right?
So what I do is then I take that butter and I put it in this cage I have and I stick it underwater.
That's more humane to do it that way.
And these bubbles, the butter's dying. It's choking.
Okay.
All right, Joey's gonna get one of the French
Two-way
butter
cups.
things for Christmas.
Right.
It's gonna
There
happen.
you
Would you like to drink 2 different drinks at the same time?
I don't think that's what this is.
This, no,
Joey, did you watch this?
that was
Joey?
disappointing. I
You're-
thought it was the same thing.
You're the
Wait, what is
coffee
this?
drinker in the office here, right? The main coffee drinker.
It's-
Explain this to me.
Is
Okay,
coffee
I'll
one
explain
cream
as
the
they
other?
said it. The way you drink it, it's for competitions for the judges because you're only allowed to give the judges 1 cup. But now different sizes will get different parts of their tongue. Yeah, the coffee will fall on different parts of their tongue.
You know that they have.
It's
This is like they debunked the different parts of tongue thing, right?
tell him.
Well, I'm not.
I know.
I'm super confused what we're talking about.
Okay, so
What
this is a cup
Different
Yeah.
ways to
for
drink
coffee mainly, right?
Okay.
Doesn't make any sense.
And because of the shape of the cup,
Look,
one side, you drink from the one side, and the coffee, with your super tongue magical tasting buds, you're going to taste it on the front and the sides of the tongue. You flip the cup around, and because of the way it's shaped, it mostly directs the coffee into the back of your face. Back of the face.
Isn't that like this-
And
Yeah.
you taste different aromas. It will have different... It's a bunch of crap. It's a
Wait,
cup.
is it-
It's a cup.
Isn't that like the same thing they do with like wine glasses? though,
There's
and
an
stuff? They're shaped
exclusive
just so that it
where the
hits your
third
mouth
one
differently?
you get to have a dribble one.
That's,
where
I
it
thought,
tastes on
for
your
breathing.
chin.
Oh, is it?
That's the best part. Is it dribbles down. You taste it here.
I like how they look. I really like how they look.
I don't know.
I
Like
do
half
too.
that bothers me.
I was really
don't like
disappointed.
that.
They were talking
I
about like
that.
the color is supposed to make you think of a type of food and enhance the experience. Did you not watch the video? The video was the most pretentious thing I've seen since we looked at that watch. You know the one.
I do.
The one that Joey wanted.
That lets
This
lets
was
you
so
sense the passing of
insane.
time.
This was insane. Also, this pouring. Look at this. No.
That's how you make your coffee.
That is how I make
Joey's
it.
more like, no, where's the coffee?
There was just something incredibly pretentious
Yeah,
about this.
this
Wait,
is
that
if
he
you,
puts
really
that cup in front of you.
He does.
Like you're lucky to
yeah,
touch
they're
this
talking
cup.
about like the
Yeah.
color of the cup. Like if it's the pink one, it's like berries and something. It doesn't taste like anything.
No.
It's just supposed to sort of like help you think of that. The orange one, you know, like it makes you think of orange and hibiscus or something. It's like, what are you talking about?
Is this one of those things where if I notice these cups don't have handles? Are you like just a plebe if you drink coffee out of a mug with a handle?
Oh,
yeah.
this guy would throw up in your face.
He will
if you
break
did
your
that.
Yeti in front of you.
Okay, fine.
Look at that.
I love it.
All right.
You want to go to that coffee bar?
I do.
The guy's like, how would you like your coffee? I'll have it for you in 45 minutes.
Yeah,
I want to
absolutely.
pour between your first finger and second finger.
Anyway, yeah, so it goes to different parts of your tongue. You taste two different things. Here we go. See, it goes. Blop, 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 blop.
Oh, I thought it was.
And now it yields a sweeter, more intense flavor, and it has a heavier body, the coffee. And so do I.
I can
if
read your
drink
PowerPoint,
one.
sir.
And this
This
one
is
over
like
here
right
goes
to
to
the
the
rear
back of the
tongue.
tongue, and it enhances it with floral notes, and it prolongs the aftertaste. Look at that.
Ugh. That's all we need is more coffee.
You know what else can do this, though? Your mouth. You just drink from the cup. If you want it in the front of your mouth, you let it go there. I mean, what is this?
Look at the way he looks at that cup. That was such a... Now he's critiquing them.
Oh my god.
This is
Where is he that he's selling?
Costco.
Like, is this like a coffee convention?
Yeah, it was like a coffee competition or something. Yes, he talked about judges.
He did.
That's
He
the thing.
did. Yeah, he was. Yeah, it was a thing.
These
I've
judges
never
are like
been
have
so
clipboards.
outside.
They're like, this
Wait,
is
how much
this.
are these
My
cups?
realm.
Have you
I
looked?
don't know. I did
What
not
do you think?
look.
What do you think?
From this-
$40.
Oh no,
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 really?
no, not with this pretentious video. No.
$10?
What?
50? You think they're? Oh, how
I'm
much?
betting this is like $120 or something.
Oh my god.
What?
I'm gonna say 40.
Do you know how much coffee? I
Anybody
get?
else guesses?
$17, folks.
What? That's a steal.
17.
Oh,
Wait, hang on.
that's shipping.
Yeah, $25. These aren't that expensive.
All right. I
All
did
right.
expect more with the, I thought it was gonna be
They're
like
getting more
handmade,
expensive.
you
Oh,
know,
that's two for
underwater.
$37. Well, I'm
All
gonna
right,
get
so
Joe
there
for
you go.
Christmas.
All right.
Two of them.
Here we go.
Do you want to
This
heat
one.
your home and perfume it with a spinning flame?
They are
What?
putting this really close to walls in this
I
video.
know that was the main thing I kept thinking of.
Also, what are they using to scent it that's not flammable?
And it's
It
coming
is
out the top.
flammable. They're burning it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's like the oil. It's like
Yeah, the oil is
okay,
burning.
Got it.
Apparently,
Not
the
like
way
it's scented oil.
This would not be
it
useful in
burns the
Florida.
oil.
No,
And apparently, the way this is
2 days a
shaped,
year.
apparently
Yesterday was
there's
one of
nothing
them.
in there that makes this flame spin. It's just the way this thing is built.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no nothing
Yeah.
flowing into it. It's just literally the way it's built,
And-
and the openings in it make that flame be larger than it would be outside and sort of spin.
And it's not plugged
And
in.
it kept sort of licking outside the top, and I kept thinking,
No.
you're about to catch your apartment on fire.
Yes.
Stop. They say inside and outside, but they mean outside. You're going to set your
This
apartment
seems
on
more
fire.
this seems more like the power went out, or we're going camping, and I need a quick.
I'm
going to
give this to every family I know who has kids.
What? Because you hate children?
No,
It looks cool,
it
man.
does look cool. I think this would be useful. And I would have to live up north and care about the heat.
Right, you want
Have
to
a-
heat a space with this.
An indoor patio. You know those indoor patios?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
no kids.
Yeah.
Or pets.
It depends what kind of pet. Like if it was a cat, no problem.
Cat would be
What?
like,
No.
I'm burning the house down.
I know, but then
Yeah,
the
no.
cat burns. And it will learn a valuable lesson.
All
For the
right.
next life, yeah.
All right. I got to give this guy credit here where he's just like, this ain't a pillow. I mean, it's not a pretty pillow, but it works. I give him props for that, right?
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
I've been getting all kinds of advertisements for pillows, and this talking us about it now is not going to help. Have you guys seen that square pillow?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the cube.
It's a cube. That's
Yeah.
good for you. And I keep sitting there thinking, how?
Yeah.
It,
Pillows are one of those things that I'm so picky on. I feel like this, you have to try it. You know, you're not going to know
I'm not
until
gonna
you
start
lay
it yet.
down with your head on it. Like,
To be fair, this guy here, you buy this pillow, which is again just a big cylinder stuffed with stuffing. And he will, like, you back this and he sends you more stuffing.
oh, so you can customize it.
Yes.
That's
So you
perfect.
can add
Yes.
some to it or you can remove some of it.
I like that.
Oh, that's
That's
nice.
pretty good.
I like
No
that a
other
lot,
pillow
yeah.
does that. And honestly, it's kind of a
I've
game
had-
changer.
I've had one that did
Happened
that
there.
before. Yeah, I've had one, and it was my favorite pillow.
see, the thing is,
That's
I don't know
overstuffed.
that I could go back to a stuffed pillow because memory foam is where it's at for me.
Yeah,
I
but can you
struggle with
add memory foam? Can you remove memories from
Is
the
it like
foam?
is it like one piece of the foam, or is it like the shredded pieces?
I've never opened it up to look.
You got to get
Is
up
it
in
a
the
block,
It's a pillow.
or does
I
it
don't
feel like
know.
does it feel fluffy and you have to fluff it every now and then?
No.
Does it have like a concave?
Okay, I guess I don't know my pillow as well.
Yeah, like what kind of memory
foam. If you
foam?
scream into it, does it scream back? What kind of foam?
Well, that happens. But all right. Anyway,
That's-
This
okay.
looks like a good one. It's kind of expensive though, I think.
Not for a good pillow. Because this is what I did look at. It was like what, like 50, 60?
Okay.
It's not. That's
Oh yeah, no worry.
yeah,
Good pillow.
A good.
I don't pay more than $12 for a pillow, okay?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, once you get,
Yeah.
I take my pillow to. I took it to Essen. I'm taking it to all conventions now.
Yeah,
It makes a huge difference sleep-wise over
You have
anywhere.
to be careful with that, okay? About taking that pillow everywhere. Talk to Chris.
yeah. Chris tried it once.
What happened to Chris?
He left it in the air. No, he left it in the taxi.
Oh, that's like leaving one of my kids. That pillow's coming back with me. I like pillow, new board game. Pillow, Jimmy.
Yep.
Pillow.
It's so hard to find good pillows, and yeah, I've paid that much for a pillow before without regrets.
Alrighty, let's talk about our picks of the week. We're going to start with our Midwest Annex, Mike DeLisio.
Hey there, everybody, it's Mike DeLisio, and for my pick of the week, this time it was not really even close. Some great titles out there that we covered, but for me, it's KELP. Two-player, asymmetric. One player plays as an octopus, the other as a shark. I was able to get this prototype copy at Essen, and I've been playing it quite a bit since then. I think there's really something special here. I'm very excited to see how the final production comes out, but I, this week, would heartily recommend checking out KELP.
That's Delicio right there with that kelp already.
Is anyone else doing kelp?
I thought about it, but you
Bueller.
know what? I don't have a copy of kelp, do I? So no.
So no,
No?
haven't got
What
to
are you
play it
doing?
yet.
I'm doing DCeased. Even though I've played it already, so it's
You
again a
don't
little...
have it. You don't own it.
I don't
That's
have it. I'm
different.
not about to pull one
Not
of these
doing that.
moves where I go,
No.
DCeased. No, okay? I leave that for the annex. I already know I like it, so that's a bit of a, again, sometimes I take a wild guess on if I think I'll like something. This time I'm not. I know I like this one. I really enjoy the setting, obviously, the gameplay, so it's an easy pick for me. I enjoy it.
This is me as well. You can put me on it. This is the first time I was like, maybe this is what'll get me to actually buy a Zombicide game. It's
Because you
the
really
first
like
one.
DC.
I do like DC.
Yeah.
It's
I'm so
this has
sorry
been
for
my
the movies
favorite
you've had to
theme so
endure.
far, right? Yeah. But so yeah, this is my I like Zombicide, but I've never like taken that plunge myself. This is the one. I like the equipment that they brought in. yeah, just a lot of the little changes that they've iterated on,
Yeah.
through the years here,
That's
I think
true.
come together well in this one.
This is also mine.
What?
Yeah, this is mine.
Oh,
DCeased. And it's just because.
you in the kelp camp, sucker.
I'm thinking of Lobster. So what?
I love the Zombicide system. I love Marvel Zombies, all this. But I was talking to Z about a lot of the things they've implemented in this.
Yes.
I like how they just continue to, really innovate. There's a lot of different things they do in this. They streamline it. They make it feel fresh. And of course, I do like DC. I think obviously the movies Marvel are better, but I like the characters for DC.
I will say, yeah, it does feel like with the Zombicide system, they have gotten better at it.
They
They're
have.
owning that. They try new things and maybe go back to some old things, or, oh, hey, that worked, that didn't. I really like the way they've honed it down.
And I think they listen to people that are out there playing them, that house
I
rule
agree with
things,
that,
and
yeah.
they're like, oh, that's a good house rule. Let's incorporate that in the next one. There's
It's just,
respect
like,
there.
it's really, this one is so much cleaner than even a few versions ago.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Setup is like, you don't need to put doors out anymore. That's not a
I
thing.
like that.
When you're
That's
setting up the
huge.
game, you spawn, you open it and spawn if there's a thing. Boom, once. It's like, it's just so much cleaner
Right.
to
Yep.
set up, to start playing, and the missions, which in the past, the book would be like, this is a 60-minute mission. I'm like, nah.
Right.
Okay, you're lying to my face right now. These, if they say 60 to 90, it's 60 to 90 minutes.
The first one was way off. I will tell you, if they ever go to Spiral Bound,
Calm down with the spiral.
I want it!
Please.
To be
No,
fair,
but
if
like
it-
way back in the day, like Black Plague and stuff, some of those missions times are
way off.
They're off. Yeah, they're off.
Yeah, I agree.
Agreed.
I like it. I wouldn't mind if it was slightly easier. They're brutally hard.
Oh, you mean the difficulty of
Yeah,
the gameplay?
it's
See,
fine.
that doesn't bother. I know, yeah, that's kind of hang up.
mean
for with
winning or the
cooperative, but
actual
that doesn't bother
rule
me.
set?
Yeah,
Because I feel like every time I lose, it's
winning.
like, oh, maybe it could have, or we were close,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that.
I agree.
Mine is a hopeful pick of the week, and that's Horizon Zero Dawn. Or not, I'm sorry, Horizon Forbidden West. I'm hopeful because I've heard
Yeah.
many good things from other reviewers who I don't believe, but I hope that they're right.
Interesting.
This was my runner-up here.
And I really
was
like
yeah.
the theme of this. So, and like I said, Mike playing that Steamforge game. Other people have said that they like this, who I trust at least 30%.
It's getting better.
No, look, I'm
Conversation's
sorry.
gone up. That's
I'm sorry. There's a lot of
hey.
people. It's hard to find someone that you agree with. Like even in studio, we're always very cautious to not tell people we like a game because they're like, I don't know. We don't always believe each other here in the studio.
That's true.
I should say we don't always. We almost never
I
believe
think,
each
yeah,
other.
no. or if it's like, oh, you like it, I probably won't like it then. I'm quite aware of
No,
where
this
my
looks
taste
cool.
line.
I'm hoping it's good too. My runner-up was KELP. That one I thought looked really good too.
All right, well, there you go, folks. That is it for Crowdsurfing. Join us tomorrow for Board Game Smorgasbord in the morning, and then in the afternoon, we go back into the world of Four Coins and see what happens.
At 1 o'clock.
Oh,
left
we're
you at
getting
it.
ambushed, aren't we?
We left you not really ambushed.
We
Or
were
ambushed.
betrayed.
We trusted that guy.